I have no clue. I usually know how the game is flowing, but I felt like this was a blur. I felt like I looked up, we was down 6, and I look up again, it's a tie game, you know? So everything happened so fast. I guess we all were in the zone and just locked in. And I think once we went small and was able to switch all the actions, they're a team that likes to, play a free-flowing movement offense. So when you could disrupt that, they turn into a whole different team. So we pressured Sabonis a little bit more. We switched some of these screens and made them play one-on-one and made them, turn into they're not a selfish team, but when you're switching everything, it just makes you play ISO game. So I think we did a good job of forcing them into that. But it's still incredible, man. I'd really give a lot of credit to the end of the third unit who just kind of changed momentum for us and got us within like 14 or 12 or something like that, I think, with Book and Mezzi, and I forget who else was in that lineup, but I think that one is what kind of helped turn the game for us. Even though we still got down 17 or 4th, I feel like we seen something with that group that'll help us, for the rest of the game, and I think that momentum kind of led us into the 4th.
I'm curious when you look at just, you guys did go small, you guarding Sabonis, and Coach has talked about your defense the last 3 to 4 games. How much were you taking on that, not letting him be a factor?
Yeah, I mean, I just try to take on the challenge. He's an all-star level player, and I know it's going to have to take multiple efforts just to stop him, and he's a physical dude. And so I just try to play physical with him, make his catches tough, push out his catches, not let him, he likes to just stand at the three-point line and survey and get triple-doubles. So I tried to make him turn his back a little bit and pressure him and put my hands in the passing lane and just disrupt him just a tiny bit. So it's still crazy that we end up finishing that game the way we did. And we've been the worst fourth quarter team. And I feel like the history of the game, and tonight we come back with this. It's crazy how life works.
You guys finished, I think, on a 32-8 run. When you're going through that run, are you even okay?
No, it just happened so fast, and it was stop after stop and run out after run out. I think we was able to get deflections, blocks, and and not take the ball out the rim. And we got easy points in the other end. They did a good job of pressuring us on the defensive side of the ball throughout the whole game. And because we were playing against a set defense all night, so we was able to get some stops, get out and run, and just put more pressure on them. As the lead was dwindling, their defense was a little looser. They turned the ball over a little bit more. So when they up 15 or 20, everybody can play free and play perfect in that scenario. So we just wanted to put some pressure on them and see what would happen. And Coach kept telling us that this is the modern NBA. You can get back into the game with threes and the stops, and that's what happened.
Kevin, to your point on it being a blur, the Kings called a timeout at 4:39 left, and then there was no break in the action until the very end when they drew up the bunk play. That's what you want as a player in that situation, right? You just want to keep going.
Yeah, most definitely. Especially when you got momentum like that, when you can play a 3 or 4 minute stretch without them making too many subs or adjustments, and we kind of blitzed them there in the 4th for those minutes, and we was able to get the lead, and they were super aggressive, ended up fouling us late, because they might have been a little frustrated. So if we pressure teams and we put in and we don't get down early, we'll see what a team really about. It's easy to be up 20 and 15, 10 the whole game and everybody playing well and excited and clapping on their bench, So I think we got to start the games off even better than what we did, and I think our fourths would be better.
We've heard a lot of you guys talk about your defense and the variety of different players you've been able to match up with. Was there something that made you want to kind of offer yourself up in that way?
I offered myself up this summer when we were having conversations about how we wanted to play. And I told Coach, I told James, Josh, my job is to be a lockdown defender. Obviously I'm not going to be perfect every night, but to go out there and trust that I can go out there and make life tough for the opposing players, I think that's a part of my job description. That's a fine. I'm long, athletic, I can move, I'm experienced. Why shouldn't I be held accountable to play top-line defense against anybody in the league? Like I said, I'm not saying I'm stopping everybody, but I think I could make life tough for any player in the league. And there's some great players out here, but I feel like I can just play hard and use my length and my attributes to make life tough. And I want those assignments. So Coach has been trusting me, coaching staff has been trusting me even more. I know I'm getting older, and I think that's probably why we didn't see this a little earlier in the season, but just about showing and proving. I prove to the coaching staff that I can do it, then they'll trust me more and more, and I get more opportunities like that.
What fuels that drive to be a good
What fuels?
fuels that?
I mean, my calling, my purpose of being a human being is to be the greatest basketball player I could be. I mean, that's the reason why I'm alive at this point, you know. So I gotta lock in on every aspect of the game and become great at it, and I'm still working.
I don't mean to get too hyper specific, but in your experience over the years in the league, how do you take what worked in a win like this with the momentum and everything in the last 5 minutes and channel it the rest of the way to make positive changes going forward?
It's just we watch film. I'm always about putting good stuff on film. You know, we put some good and bad stuff on film tonight that we can learn from. So we try to bottle this up and try to emulate that as much as possible as we move forward. And it's about making it a consistent thing for us. And I think that transfer from watching film to practice to the games, you can see it starting to pay off just a tiny bit for us. We got a long ways to go, and I feel like we're in a solid position.
Kevin, you've been in situations where you struggled early and then found it, when it mattered. How much of that is just trusting the work that you put in that it'll come through?
Yeah, that's all it is. Like you said, I've been in so many different games. Started off, so many different ways, and was able to, missing every shot, and then come back around and make every shot. So I've been a part of games like that, so I understand what it's like to be in a funk and then figure it out. And my teammates too, they do such a great job of just always looking for me and seeing when I'm not, they see when I'm struggling to shoot the ball or when I don't touch the ball for a little bit, and they look for me. And without my teammates, it'd be hard for me to get out of stuff like that.
You spoke about Grayson and Eric before, just keep shooting. What was it like to see Grayson hit the 9 threes and then Eric come in and deliver like he did?
Yeah, I mean, we need them to continue to keep, tossing them up there and shooting them with confidence. Did Grayson get a record again?
He tied.
Oh, he tied it. He's come here to Phoenix and showed everybody in the basketball world the different parts of his game. We all looked at him as just a 3-and-D guy, but he can pretty much do it all on the offensive side of the ball. Maybe not post up. Maybe he need to come to my academy this summer to post up, but he can pretty much do a lot of things on the court, and I'm glad he's expanding his game and shooting the ball with confidence, and we need everybody to do that. 37 threes to that 40. I mean, we've been shooting 26, 27 threes before, so we're starting to get up there with the other team and matching them at the three-point line, and, that's been helping us stay in games.
You spoke on it this morning with Grayson, but not putting him in a box. Do you think there's a lesson there that some team or just a lot of organizations across the league miss on just in terms of limiting players and what they do?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff is situations. A lot of times you got to sacrifice your full game to help maximize somebody else's game, and that's what Grayson was doing in Milwaukee. He had to be a space-out shooter guy. I mean, they got guys that can handle Giannis and Drew and Chris Middleton, and I think here we try to have a multiple ball handler attack, and we want everybody to be at their best. But all his experiences throughout the league has helped him up to this point, and all of that stuff mattered when it comes to him being a good player now. So just keep building from there.
Can you speak to how scrappy he was in that final run in the fourth quarter, getting those 50-50 balls to help you guys get out and run and get your positions to stick those threes and actually pull out the win?
Yeah, I think once we kept the ball in bodies in front of us, we were able to make those plays. When we chasing off of screens and you see the back of your guy's jersey all the time, it's hard to make those 50-50 plays or get a deflection. So we kept the ball in front. We made them go through our chest if they wanted to do anything, and that's what type of you see what type of players somebody is when you physical and you into them and you pressure them. And I think we did a solid job of pressuring there in that fourth. Early on, they were playing loose. Everybody was getting shots. Vesnikov was knocking down shots, and he's an incredible shooter. But he felt like he made every shot. Malik Monk. Keegan Murray, but once we start putting a little bit more pressure on them and not letting them run around freely, then I think that would play in our favor.
What's the sense of just the communication on the bench and locker room during the frustrating moments tonight? How you were able to stay together and not pull up the desk down 20?
I think the coaching staff made good adjustments. We were definitely dead in the water. We didn't know they were scoring at will. It was kind of hard to figure out, how we were going to get stops and how we were going to not play against a set defense. I think Coach made some good adjustments there with the lineups, with also the scheme that we were playing, and we was able to excel in that and get a win.
I know a lot of people say a win is a win, but do you feel comfortable, about this win, just seeing how the outlook of the game was in general?
Hell yeah. I mean, it's always about the process with me. The end result is definitely cool, but I care more about how we go about things. And like last game, I didn't like how we went about things, but we still won the game. Tonight, it was one of those games where you definitely hate how you playing early on, but you still don't give up, and was able to, have some bounces fall our way to win the game. So it was a lesson in every game, and but winning in this league is always fun. I mean, I rather learn from a win than learn from us losing. So we can take some good things from this game and get better from it.